Satyam bruyaat priyam bruyanna bruyaat satyamapriyam. Priyam cha anritam bruyadesha dharmas sanatanaha.
Today we sit with a verse that fits in two lines, yet contains a complete education in how to speak. It comes from the Manusmriti, chapter 4, verse 138. Listen to it first. Satyam bruyaat, priyam bruyaat, na bruyaat, satyam apriyam. Priyam chana anritam bruyaat. Eshah dharma sanatana. Speak the truth, speak the pleasant. Do not speak truth that is unpleasant, and do not speak pleasantness that is untrue. This, says the verse, is the eternal Dharma. Let us take the words one by one, because the Sanskrit hides treasures the translation cannot carry. Satyam, truth, comes from the word sat, which comes from the root as, meaning simply to be. So in Sanskrit, truth is literally that which is. When you speak truth, your words participate in reality itself. Bruyaat means one should speak, and it is in a special grammatical mood, the mood of injunction, of sacred instruction. This is not a casual tip, it is dharma being laid down. Priyam means pleasant, dear, agreeable, and it comes from the root pri, to please, to delight, the same root that gives us priti, love, and priya, beloved. And then the most remarkable word, anritam, falsehood. It is the negation of rita, the ancient Vedic word for cosmic order, the deep harmony that holds the sun in its course and the seasons in their rhythm. So, in this way of seeing, a lie is not just an incorrect statement, it is anrita, a small tear in the fabric of order itself. Even a sweet lie, even a flattering lie. Finally, Esha Dharma Sanatana. This is the eternal Dharma. Dharma comes from the root dhri, to hold, to support. Dharma is what holds everything together. And Sanatana means eternal, valid from of old, in every age, including ours. Now, where does this verse live? The Manusmriti is one of the great law books of ancient India, and chapter 4 speaks to a person called the Snataka, the one who has finished his studies and is now stepping into ordinary life. Family, work, marketplace, community. This is important. This teaching is not for a hermit in a cave who speaks to no one. It is for people like us, whose words touch other people every single day. And the very next verse continues the thought. It says, "Speak what is auspicious, and do not make useless quarrels with anyone." So the question the verse is answering is a very practical one. How does a decent person speak in a world where the truth can wound and where pleasantness can deceive? Look at the structure. The verse builds a map with 4 territories. Speech that is true and pleasant, speak it freely. Speech that is true but unpleasant, hold it back. Speech that is pleasant but untrue, never speak it. And the 4th territory, speech that is both false and cruel, the verse does not even mention, because a person walking the path of Dharma is not tempted by that. But notice what the verse does name. It names our 2 favorite disguises. The first disguise is righteous cruelty. I am just being honest, we say, while using a fact as a knife. The verse says no. Truth spoken with the intent to wound is not dharma, even if every word is accurate. The second disguise is kind deception. I did not want to hurt them, we say, while telling a comfortable lie. The verse says no again and uses its heaviest word for it, anritam, a violation of cosmic order. The flattering lie is treated as the deeper poison because it is harder to detect and sweeter to swallow. And here is the hidden gift of the verse. Faced with an unpleasant truth, most of us see only two doors: say it and hurt someone, or lie and corrupt ourselves. The verse opens a third door: silence, na bruyaat. Simply do not speak it. Where there is no duty to speak, restraint preserves both truth and kindness at once. In the tradition, this is called mauna, measured silence, and it is not emptiness, it is a positive act of wisdom. Of course, the ancient commentators were careful here. This is not permission for cowardice. A witness in a dispute must still testify truthfully. A doctor must still tell the patient. When duty demands the hard truth, Dharma demands we speak it. What the verse forbids is gratuitous harshness, truth told when nothing required its telling except our own irritation. This wisdom echoes everywhere once you hear it. The Bhagavad Gita in chapter 17 describes the austerity of speech as words that cause no agitation, that are true, pleasant, and beneficial. The Buddha, in a discourse called the Abhaya Sutta, said he speaks only what is true and beneficial, and even then he waits for the proper time. In the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, ahimsa, non-harm, is placed before Satya, truth, and the teachers explain that truth spoken to injure beings is not virtue at all. And modern psychology has caught up with Manu. Research on relationships shows that contempt, which is truth-shaped criticism delivered to wound, is the strongest predictor of a marriage falling apart. And modern workplaces have rediscovered the same map. Care personally and challenge directly, and you get honest kindness. Drop the care, you get aggression. Drop the honesty, you get flattery and ruin. So let me leave you with 3 questions to sit with. First, when I say I am just being honest, is honesty truly my motive, or is truth the respectable disguise my anger is wearing today? Second, where in my life am I maintaining a pleasant falsehood, a compliment I do not mean, and it's fine that is not fine, and who am I really protecting? Third, is there a hard truth I am obligated to speak to someone I love or to myself that I have been avoiding under the excuse of kindness? And here is a practice for today. Call it the 2-gate practice. Before any significant sentence leaves your mouth, pass it through 2 gates. Gate 1. Is it true? Gate 2. Is it kind in intent and in delivery? If it fails the first gate, do not say it, no matter how smooth it would make the moment. If it fails the second gate, do not say it yet. Either it does not need saying and silence is your friend, or it does need saying and your work is to soften the words, choose the moment, and clean your own heart until a true thing can be spoken without venom. And tonight, before sleep, recall just one sentence you spoke today and ask, which of the four territories was that? One honest look each day will transform your speech more surely than any grand resolution. Satyam bruyaat, priyam bruyaat. Speak the truth, speak the pleasant. Esha Dharma Sanatana. This is the eternal way. May your words hold both.
Satyam bruyaat priyam bruyanna bruyaat satyamapriyam. Priyancha anritam bruyadesha dharma sanatanaha.